Previously on Unbalanced Encounters.
My character is Safra Harisa. She moved around a lot as a youngster, hasn't really known any peace, and would like some peace now.
Guard is a looming figure. They have very long, skinny arms. Their whole body looks like it's made of these strange metals and stone.
Juniper Snowthorn walks around with her mother's staff.
Isaac, axe drummer, is well built, very muscular from just chopping wood for these 2 decades.
At the foot of the hill, the gate stands as the town's sole entrance. Above it, chopped into the wood by the heel of an axe, are 2 words in Old Imperial. Stronger rallied. Their Royal Highness, the Emperor Saw, will be doubling next month's order.
We don't have a millstone, boy! You run a mill!
I just wrestled pigs for you.
Oh yeah, the damn boars got out. Oh, and June got fired again.
I just hope one day I can make Daddy and Mama proud.
Now, June, I understand that you have a mission. Stop the destruction of this. It's beautiful force.
I'm so glad that you agree it's destruction.
I saw the boars by the river. Something spooked some of them. It was not a thing that I could perceive.
Your champion versus my champion. I bet a new millstone. You put up that glorious bellows of yours.
You know I can't give up a deal like that, Sherwood.
From the tent, a Goliath man. Big Bull! It's good that you should be able to join us. Welcome to yet another episode of Unbalanced Encounters, the show that dares to ask, what if there was another D&D podcast? I'm your host, Patrick Perini. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Howdy.
Hey.
I have always wanted to do that.
That's
always wanted to do that. So thank you guys for humoring me on that little intro.
Loved it.
That just made me cry. I will not lie.
I was watching your video like,
Your reaction just hit me, and I was just like, oh, I can't watch this.
Oh my God, it's
I'm
real.
going to be honest. I was thinking, oh God, is something going on with Sam? Like, do we need to pause and like make sure that we can play right now? Like, is everything okay?
Do we need to play?
That was so emotional. No, it's fucking happening. Holy shit. That was so good. That was so good.
We're playing D&D, guys.
We're actually out here playing D&D.
This is just the beginning.
Oh, fuck.
Wait until he kills, like, KTA, you know? It's just gonna happen.
Oh, no.
Just wait.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be great. Listen, I don't make the rules. All pets need to die.
No, I second that. All of my heart.
We have a quorum of DMs at this table, and they're all going to agree with me that pets need to die. It is the cheapest, easiest way to achieve crying players. Don't actually take my fucking advice on this. If you're like a DM at home, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. That's a bad idea. I don't know what I'm doing. So you all sort of spent the rest of kind of that afternoon with the Minehead boys, Isaac, you and Sherwood, kind of hammered out the details of the wrestling match. That the bellows is important enough to Sherwood that they are willing to redirect to rally and interrupt their sort of solstice delivery of their quarry. They're willing to redirect to rally. They're going to give you the home field advantage. They're going to come to you for the wrestling match. And you hammered out details of the format and so forth, but the wager is clear. The place is set, and they are going to follow along behind and expect to be with you by nightfall, with the wrestling match taking place most likely the following day, presumably the next morning. At the moment, the 4 of you along with Leah, are gathered in Isaac's office and are currently discussing the situation.
And so, so I told him while we wrestled for it. And you know, I felt like that was the best decision we could make in solving our problem. Yeah, you know.
What kind of manly bullshit is wrestling for a millstone, for goodness sake?
Well,
Wrestle.
you know, just to assume that it's just going to be men doing this, Harisa, I feel as though you are going down a journey in which I can't follow. God,
there is a threat to the village.
Right, the loss of our way of living. That is the main threat that I've been talking about as I was.
That is not the threat I speak of. Something wearing sandals. More important than wrestling, there is a intruder of some sort in the camp. Something bothering the boar. Something wearing sandals.
God, due respect, but do we particularly care about some bothered boar?
What you care about is irrelevant to me.
Well, damn, guard. I mean, I guess.
I think Guard has a point. But, Guard, I think without the millstone, there will be no town to protect. We need to sort out the millstone, then we will investigate the sandal assailant.
I mean, do we really need that millstone? Like, I mean, does it really, like...
Yes.
Are you... What if we
Yes.
just didn't have the millstone?
Right. So we don't have the millstone. Continue. What happens
Sure,
next?
but, I mean, we just... What if we just don't have the millstone?
Right. And then what happens next after not having the millstone?
Well, we no longer refine any of the trees that we're cutting down. Therefore, we're no longer cutting down the trees.
Right. Which works
Which
for what you need, right?
Which works for the needs of other people.
Mm-hmm. And then what happens to us?
I mean, we find some other shit to do besides.
Yeah, no, we starve. That's the end of that sentence. We starve.
Starving. I'll take anything. Come on, let's brainstorm. Let's brainstorm here. We starve. All right. What else, Harisa? With a starving community, is it easier or harder to guard?
I mean, there is civil unrest usually. I will get grumpy without my breakfast. And also I will lose my job.
Possibly. And then civil unrest, hungry Harissa, then our boar are unsettled because someone might even attack them out of hunger, and then guards upset about said boar. You see how it just all comes full circle?
I am not upset.
No, this is gonna be a future upsetting of you, guard, not a present upsetting. I know you're not.
I will
upset.
not be upset.
Guard, we're probably going to need your help in this. You seem a little preoccupied. And June, nothing out of you. You're not helping.
Guard is going to turn to Harissa. If I am incapacitated or injured in such a way that I'm not able to complete my duties in protecting this village, will you take up the extra work needed?
Of course I will. Me and Martin will have this absolutely on lock. You know how good Martin is. You know how much I love Martin and how good he is at his job. We will absolutely. But I assure you that will not happen.
I need a deception check. I need a deception check. We can do this contested insight, guard, if you would like.
It is
or you can see
not
how the
my
roll
strong
goes.
suit. I'll roll it.
Yeah, I'd love to know what Guard's insight is.
Guard is wise as fuck. Have you not noticed? Guard is the wisest.
I got an 18.
All right, an 18 versus a 12. Yeah, I mean, Guard, I think that
I feel satiated. That's funny.
And you know what, God? If you, which I doubt is going to happen, you getting injured. Look at you, such a strong, and he just punches him, and you're such a strong individual. We can always have Juniper hang out with her best bud Harisa and just scope out the area. You're not doing anything, are you, Juniper?
I'd be up for that. I could do that. I could help you out, Harisa.
There you go.
See?
You're excited. That's an excited voice, right, Harisa?
Yeah,
You're very excited, aren't you?
Very, very excited, yes.
Harisa, I just found this tea that I can share with you. But yeah, on our walks, I could brew you some tea. We could go around. We could talk girly things. Yeah, it would be great.
Tea, you say? All right. Actually, I would like to very much know about this Big Paul. You can tell me all about him on our walk. I am very excited about this. Yes, this is the plan. I will take June. This is fine. We will have girl talk, me and you, about Big Paul.
Leah just gives you the most inscrutable fucking look.
I'm just like winking at June, like, yeah.
Isaac just erases all of that out of his memory, just instinctually. So, God, as you can see, the issue in which disturbances of our lovely boar has been dealt with for the time being, and I assure you that I will be happy to make sure that we continue to survey the area and make sure everything is safe, and we'll be able to continue to let you do your job if you're able to do this amazing favor for the entire community. And I believe the Empire would believe that it is probably one of the better decisions to make, don't you think?
In order to get this millstone, I must kill this man.
No, okay. All right. God, you know what? No, we're not gonna laugh because I like the enthusiasm. I like I like the direction you're going. We're just gonna swerve a little. We're in the wrong lane right now. We need to move over to another lane. Incapacitate will probably be, or have him surrender to your better ability.
Isaac, you, in your hammering out of the details with Sherwood, basically learned the rule of this sort of, kind of northern regions wrestling that they participated in. Each fight consists of 3 rounds, and the fight can basically be over, sort of best 2 out of 3 for each round when the person either stays down, can't get up, is knocked unconscious. Any sort of, again, incapacitation is the right word.
So yeah, you're just trying to knock them out 2 out of the 3 times. Not trying to kill them, possibly don't maim them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you can go back to your lovely observation of our wonderful community.
And if we fail, the village will fall?
Eventually. At a very slow and excruciating rate, in which I will go completely insane, and all of us will eventually lose our employment as well as our homes and livelihood.
Harisa is starting to look a little bit paler.
June is looking a little more thoughtful.
Incapacitate.
That's all you need, just incapacitate.
Guard, as much as I deeply appreciate your willingness to take this on, I mean, clearly you are the best among us suited for this particular job. Are we so sure we've got this on a deadlock? I mean, that Big Paul was a big boy. He was a big boy.
I mean, the title in which Harisa, why are you blushing?
Listen, Harisa has a few tricks up her sleeve. I'll ensure that we come out on top, so to speak.
I did not hear any of that. Moving on.
I have a simple plan.
Oh, simple fun. Go ahead.
I shall use my axe to remove his limbs. That way he shall be incapacitated.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to get them to cooperate and build us a millstone.
But no axes are allowed in this fight, I'm afraid. You have to use just your hands.
Just your bare limbs and hands.
Guard looks down at his hands quietly for a second. I have not removed a creature's limbs with my hands before.
There's a first time for everything.
We shall see.
Okay, maybe that first time is at another time, but we're not trying to remove limbs either, God. I'll tell you what. If he tries to remove your limbs, then I wish for you to do the same in protection of yourself. But the main goal is to just knock him out. Just make him go to sleep. Like, keep his limbs intact, his eyes, his teeth. Well, he can lose a few teeth. I don't care about teeth. But, it's just...
It would be a shame for him to lose those teeth. He had nice teeth. If I'm being honest, he had...
Okay, can we go back?
That man had some nice teeth.
What is this man? Is he a horse? How many hands tall is he? For goodness sake, he has nice teeth.
Goodness, how many hands tall is he? Probably, I don't know, like 30 hands? How big are a hand? I don't know. He was a tall man.
Why do we use hands for measurement? I feel like there's a better choice.
I don't know. It's a horse thing.
Hands, feet, they're sort of the same.
He was about the size of a horse, so I feel like measuring him in
okay. So what we need to realize right now is this is our community that is at stake, ladies. We need to focus. Was the man gorgeous? Absolutely. Was he a bit intimidating? Oh hell yeah! But we need to focus on making sure our community can continue to thrive and grow, and then possibly we can invite Big Paul to, a shindig afterwards with all of his limbs intact.
I have a question. If it comes down to winning or losing, are you sure you don't want me to permanently injure this creature?
Guard, it will not have to come to that. Trust me.
You know what? No, it might, right? But if we hurt this man in any permanent, obvious way, we lose anyway. What we need out of the Minehead boys is labor. Skilled artisanal labor. If we don't get their cooperation, we don't get a millstone.
Guard, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you ever knocked somebody out before? Have you ever, put them to sleep?
Of course.
Without killing them?
Of course.
So that's what we want to try to do with this giant, tall, handsome man. We want to...
Gorgeous.
We want to put him to sleep without injuring him.
I understand. I just don't understand why we would handicap ourselves by not allowing us to take the most direct route.
Well, you see, if we keep him alive, we may be able to use him afterwards.
I accept.
There you go.
Harisa, what did you mean by use them later? You mean for guard positions, right?
All right. Isaac. We don't need to get into that.
I feel like I'm being left out in something.
Listen, Isaac, I will explain it all to you after this meeting. It's fine. So it sounds like the plan right now is to play it straight, right? To send guard in and hope for the best.
Yes, sure. Play it straight.
You need a cough drop?
Yes, sore throat. But yes, play straight.
Leah, question. What would you say is the best plot of land that we can have these Sherwood and his men hang out at?
I mean, you're not going to like my answer. You gotta go see Benny. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and jump over to Isaac. Isaac, you are, I'm assuming, going to see your quartermaster, Benny Jazir. Is that correct?
Before Isaac goes to see Benny, he's going to try and find some flowers.
Okay.
What can I do, like an insight check or history check to see what he knows Benny likes?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Got it. Let's roll some dice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what we play this game for. Okay. +1. All right.
Nice. Isaac is somewhat insightful.
Ooh, that's a 17.
All right. On a 17 is actually quite good, especially for something so, kind of relatively simple to know about a person. You remember at some point having a conversation, sort of with probably Leah, maybe a couple of other people, and Benny was sort of part of that conversation. And the topic of conversation was, sort of what kind of flowers do you particularly like? Or are you drawn to? And you got the answers from, kind of everybody. And so the conversation came around to Benny, who snarled and told you to fuck off.
Benny's a dream to work with.
Yes. So what Isaac's gonna, with that information that he remembers, he's gonna go to his, go back to the tavern or the bar.
Yeah. So the tavern, again, is just Scrumpy's cabin, right? Like, it's just his living quarters that he's, like, shifted around into a makeshift kind of speakeasy. But yeah, you can go back to Scrumpy.
Absolutely.
Scrumpy. What? You logic?
Yeah, Scrumpy. Let me get a bottle.
He kind of walks, kind of over to his front door. He's got, like, his sleeves kind of way rolled up. His hands are just covered in pig mud. And he's just like, we had to get the ball back in, and I had to keep him in, and then you're going to keep him happy. You're going to make a bunch of mud, and I swear to God, it seems like there's more of them every day. And he goes over and grabs, like a bottle that's like, it was a wine bottle, and then it was empty. He grabs it fully by the neck. There's mud all over the neck, and he just says, "It's an excellent vintage. This one here is 4 days old." And he hands you
4 days.
I'm gonna pop the cork, sniff it.
Woo! Yeah. I mean, it is licorice and tar, and it smells like a blackout.
This might actually work to our benefit. If I can incapacitate her, then we could just use. I don't know why I'm talking to you, Scrumpy. I can't understand you half the time. All right, I'm gonna head out.
All right, and you walk across the compound to the general store. It does not take you long to find Benny Jazir. She is standing in front of the general store, actually outside. In kind of, again, it's the early evening, the sun's coming down, you've got a little bit of crispness off the sort of the mountain breeze, and she is standing in front of her store. She has her kind of normal flowing skirts tied up into kind of a set of makeshift slacks. Her sleeves are pinned way back. She's got her hair up in this messy bun that's like got a stick through it to keep it in place. She is just ruined with sweat and exertion and soap, and she is cleaning the last of what looks like paint off of the front of the general store.
Isaac, he does the number where you lick your two fingers and fix your eyebrows real quick, claws through his beard, looks through one of the windows, checks his tusk. Lost a little bit more, but all right. Benny, what's the most gorgeous individual in this lovely town of Riley doing today? I see you working hard.
Isaac, I am not in the mood.
Just shakes the bottle.
She looks over at you. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. We'll go ahead and say with advantage.
Got alcohol? Got it.
I think it was the getting the broccoli out of the tusk, I think is what.
Listen. You live years with these tusks. You're gonna realize some things that just stand out. That's the 20.
A dirty 20. Very
Dirty
good.
20.
On a dirty 20, she turns to you. And this woman's always been a bit of an enigma. She's not, sort of one to, kind of talk about herself or her past, but she's got an efficiency about her. She's, kind of a quiet person, generally speaking. Kind of darker skin, kind of very long hair again, that's sort of really messy and upright now. She turns to you, takes this rag that's covered in soap, throws it into the bucket, which like sprays soapy water up onto her in a way that she wasn't expecting, and just like bring it here.
I was just gonna swipe some stools that were nearby or whatnot, settle down, bring over a table, just slam the bottle down, open it, and just push it toward her.
She takes the bottle, wipes off the mud, and just like fully takes like a fifth of it just down.
Yeah.
This stuff is terrible, you know that?
It's completely disgusting, but it gets the job done. Isaac knocks back a shot from.
And at least we can say that about something around here. I swear to God, Isaac, you run the most slipshod shop that I have ever been a part of.
I will take that as a compliment as of right now.
You oughtn't. You here to talk to me about June?
We can, and he takes another shot. We can talk about that in a little bit. I actually have a bit of a favor to ask you beyond you.
You have a favor to ask me? You, Isaac Axedrummer, who is supposed to have some level of responsibility over this godforsaken hellhole, have a favor to ask of me? Who just spent the entire day cleaning paint off of your damn general store because you asked me to babysit the daughter of your dead friend? You have a favor to ask of me?
See, Benny, when you put it like that, I feel as though
she takes the bottle back.
Benny, love, wonderful individual that you are. I have a proposition for you in which I need a certain location so that we can keep this wonderful community up and running and going. And you're the only one that can get this done for me.
She kind of eyes you over, and you can kind of almost see, like, just in a glance, she's tracking. It looks as if she's tracking specific points of some kind. And you're not really sure what. If you want to roll something to get a better sense, you're welcome to. But she glances at you. You kind of see her, kind of her eyes dart over you. And she says, "The millstone broke, didn't it? The millstone broke. The Minehead boys are willing to do it. You set up some sort of ridiculous gambling scheme and you need access to my general store. Is that not it?"
I wouldn't say it's ridiculous. I would actually say it's a pretty good scheme in the long run of things, but that's pretty much the short and sweet of it.
Okay. Isaac, you have the political imagination that God gave pistachio nuts.
Damn, Benji.
Ouch.
Benny, and he like sits up in his chair and he pours out he takes another shot and then pours a bit out. Now, Benny, you seem to be maybe the third or fourth individual today that seems to have a better understanding of how to keep this community going than I do. And seeing as how the main way of making sure that our community keeps going had me do this ridiculous scheme and make sure everyone in this town can keep thriving, living, surviving in this area. It's kind of funny. I would be happy if anybody in this town would feel as though they need to take up this spot and handle this the way they think they can. And when they do that, I will be happy to drop all this. Until then, I'm asking you for this favor so that we can keep this place going and you can keep living your happy, shitty life, just like I'm trying to do the same.
She gives you just the most intense look that inspires a sense of you have no idea what you're talking about. Is the look that she's giving you just this like this glowering. She sort of looks away for a minute and then looks back and says, "And what of the girl? 3 times. Isaac, 3 times I tried to take her in. I tried to teach her what she needs to know. I tried to give her a safe place to work. I tried to bring her around. 3 times. You are her father, for all intents and purposes."
June's got a lot on her plate. I mean, she lost the 2 most important people in her life. Now, Benny, me and you come from 2 different places, but for the most part, we like to just do our jobs and keep to ourselves. I got June. She'll be
Roll an insight check.
because in all intents purposes, like Isaac probably vibes with Benny the most out of anybody else. From just, I'm being honest.
I love
that. Like they have different ways of going about how they go through their lives, but I feel like that's the same vibe.
All right.
What's with these awesome
That is
rolls?
gonna
That's
be
a 20.
a dirty 20. All right. You catch her in another one of those looks that just screams, you have no idea what you're talking about. I will, on a dirty 20, I will leave it to you as to whether or not you confront her, but she almost certainly has an opinion that she is not sharing with you.
I just push the alcohol back towards her.
Okay. All right. Okay. She takes another pull. Gods in heaven, this is terrible. Isaac. You don't have June. And for the first time in this conversation, I say that without meaning that it is your fault.
Being caught in one of his many lies, Isaac pauses for a second. Yeah, you're probably right, but just like this town, I'm the only one that's gonna take up the mantle. So when you're ready for a 4th time, I'll be willing to take your advice on that. But until then, why don't you just give me this plot of land so that
You can have the damn plot of land. You can do whatever it is you want in this town, Isaac. It's your town. It's not my general store. And June Snowthorn, she needs training. Isaac, she needs training. Not babysitting. She's not a child. She is her mother's daughter. And I spent all day cleaning Stop the Cut.
Isaac looks at the graffiti on the store. Oh, wow. Her penmanship has gotten a lot better. Like a little.
There's like a little bit that's left that she hasn't gotten to. And honestly, actually, I'm going to let that insight check ride on a natural 20 insight check. Holy shit, yeah, it did. Like way better. Like surprisingly better.
How much has she been doing this at your store?
It's usually just the signs and the... I told her to go to the back to stop scaring the customers, and she complied because she's... At the heart of it, she's a good girl, but... This is new. I don't know what this is. I don't know what could have possibly inspired this, but it is out of line. Isaac.
All right, I'll go talk to her. Here. And he picks up the tools that she was using to scrape it and just starts scraping off the rest of it. Benny, don't. No, I've got it. No words. But
she just lets you do it. She just fully like chills out on this stool, finishing this.
Don't stop me. Don't stop. You're not gonna stop me. You're not gonna stop me at all. All right. But Benny,
I did 90% of it. You can finish the last 10. I do want to check in with Guard. Guard, are you getting up to anything in particular in the interim before the Minehead boys arrive?
I think that I will spend a bit of time walking through the village, looking more down than I normally do, checking feet for sandals.
Oh.
And then make sure to do at least 1 or 2 laps of the perimeter. I will also like to spend some amount of time when the Minehead boys arrive, eyeing out the one I will be battling. But before they arrive, just patrolling.
Okay. That sounds like an investigation check to me.
I'm very good at those.
Yeah. -1 modifier to that.
12.
Love that. All right.
okay.
A 12 is not bad. I think that you take up some patrols. You see that what's interesting is that, kind of on a 12, you don't really notice anything amiss. You see some of the earlier tracks that you saw, again, that pair of sandal prints that, sort of tear off into the boar prints. But you don't see anything kind of new or noteworthy. You do get kind of a general sense that people are not as out and about as they normally would be. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it seems a little quieter, a little more subdued. And you actually notice two things specifically. The first thing that you notice is that the mill is not running, which makes a tremendous amount of sense given that there is no millstone, but it does sort of lend kind of almost a deafening silence to the function of the town. The second thing that you notice is that the children are all missing.
Missing as in there seems to be worry about where they are, or they are not chasing me trying to climb on me?
They're not chasing you trying to climb on you. You don't really clock them over the next hill kind of a thing. Like, they seem conspicuously absent, but no one seems particularly worried.
There is a part of me that is quite relieved they are gone, so I do not need to shoo them away like the insects that they often seem to be. But there is an oddness to it as well that I would be a fool not to sort of think about for some time. And I will express this concern to Harisa next time I see her, but beyond that, I won't put any more thought into it.
Yeah, I think you sort of let that thought sit as you continue your patrol, and again, you don't find anything immediately threatening to the well-being of Raleigh. And we jump over to Harisa and June, who are currently making their way through the Raleigh compound, presumably to find Martin. We can spend a little bit of time on that walk if you two have things that you want to talk about, or we can jump straight into Martin if you'd like. It's up to you.
Was I not going to speak to Martin first and then find June after? Because I think June.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to do it. Oh, right. Yes, sorry. You're right. Okay, so
let's get this Martin
Harisa
thing over and done with, eh? All right.
Harisa, you spend a little bit of time looking around for Martin. You ask some questions, and people haven't really seen him, which is weird. I mean, Leah obviously mentioned that she saw him making rounds, but since then, nobody seems to know exactly where he is. Until you eventually, kind of knock on the broad beam door and ask Maurice, and Maurice points you over to the mill. He said that he saw Martin walking into the mill. So that is where you go. And you open the doors to the mill. And you immediately see Martin. Hut, two, hut, two, hut, two, hut. walking a patrol back and forth in front of the door.
This fucking guy.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Hang on. Okay.
Ready, face! Sergeant Harisa! I didn't see you there.
Martin, I am pleased to see you are practicing your techniques.
Practicing nothing. This is a live defense strip. You see, I have executed orders as requested.
Explain.
Well, you said to make a perimeter search of Raleigh in your absence, and I have done that within the specific new legislation that says that there will be no sandals. So I've taken all of the people who have worn sandals, you see, and I have rounded them up, and I've put them here in the mill as prisoners of action, awaiting your return. And you kind of look over his shoulder, and all of the kids of Raleigh.
Martin snatching up kids. What
are just like they're just hanging out in the mill, right? Like this is not a place they normally get to play, and so they're just having the time of their fucking life playing in this like non-operational mill.
Amazing.
Harisa just sort of just speechless for a moment, and just
What shall we do with the prisoners, ma'am?
I don't think we can trial children in the same way we can trial adults, so this is a bit of a grey area. Firstly, secondly, do their parents know that they are here?
Many of them. Not all of them, I suppose, but enough of them. A few of them.
Okay, all right. Now, have you taken their names and their addresses?
I have indeed. And he pulls out just
Martin's gonna be on the list. What?
Not allowed within 20 yards of a school.
Oh no.
He pulls out an old Imperial recruiting poster that has like the logo of the Blood Wardens on it, and it's like the Emperor Tsar needs you kind of a vibe. And on the back of it, he has just like in charcoal, like the names and addresses of all the kids he found wearing sandals.
Oh no.
This is, yeah, wonderful. Now we have their details. Thank you for that, Martin. I suggest we let them go home to their parents, and we can.
Opting for interfamilial corporal punishment. I think that is a wise decision.
Yes, exactly that, Martin.
Has Isaac issued an edict to the parents so that they know what atrocities their children have committed?
Well, so far,
do they know no sandals in Raleigh?
They do not yet. It is a very new law. We have to be lenient. We give them some time to adjust. You know, you can't just take away things and not allow them to adjust. You know, there is a date further in
permission to speak freely, Sergeant.
Go ahead, Martin. Yes.
What are we even doing here? Leniency? How can we impose discipline if we are lenient? I ask you.
Well, you see. We have their names and addresses. Yes?
That we do? Yes.
If we see them transgressing, I believe the word is, another time, then we can dish out punishment. See, they have warnings
we
first.
Shall release
especially
them.
For children, you know.
We shall release them into the custody of their parents, and their parents may issue corporal punishment, and should we find them again, it is the stockades. Yes, this is a reasonable plan.
Potentially not the stockades, but leave that with me. I will speak to the parents, and we will go from there. And then I will issue you with a specific name and address of those that I need put in the stockades when the time comes. All right?
All right, well, what should I do about further infringers in the meantime?
I think for the meantime, I am more concerned with adults wearing sandals, because the footprints I found were quite a bit larger than children's.
Footprints?
Yes.
Oh, yes, the footprints. Yes, of course. Yes. God had said, yes, of course. It simply slipped my mind. I was caught up in the fervor of law enforcement.
I see, and I am proud, Martin. I am so proud of your fervor for this.
I appreciate that. I must ask. You were seen earlier with a known infringer who was in fact an adult. Juniper Snowthorn, ma'am.
Oh, yes, Juniper. We have tested her feet. They are not the right size. They do not match.
But I feel as if I am being led to misunderstand. Is the rule no sandals in rally, or is the rule that we are looking for a specific, threatening sandaled individual?
I think at first I was cautious of all sandal wearers because I wasn't sure of what was happening. But now I am after a specific sandal wearer.
Just kids in the background, just like,
pipe down, children, pipe down. I'm having a serious conversation. Go home to your parents. Get out. Shoo. I get a broom, just start sweeping them out. Like, come on.
I think as you start sweeping them out, they're like, do we really have to go? All right. Fine. Fine.
All of your...
Bye, Mr. Von Winkleberry III!
Don't make me revoke your guard climbing time. Now go. Okay.
And you see, as soon as you say that, like half of the kids are just like, oh shit, it bolts out the door.
Isaac's just scraping the general store. And he's like, Benny, where are the kids? What the hell? What's going on?
This has been a weird day, hasn't it?
It has been a weird day.
The children all stream out into the city and to their respective homes. You are left alone with Martin. Will there be anything else, Mom?
I think, Martin, you deserve a rest. You've done very well. We have an important day tomorrow. The Minehead boys are coming. There's going to be wrestling for millstone.
Physical activity. Wonderful.
Yes.
Gambling. That's wonderful.
So consider tomorrow you can have as a day off. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the wrestling. Have some gambling if you wish. Do what you want to do. You deserve it.
Aye. And good. He walks out past you. You don't know if you should like that ready acquiescence, but you're never sure of anything with Martin von Winkleberry III. Now that you found him, are you going to find June?
Yes, I think I'll make sure all of the last of the children are out of the mill.
Okay.
You know, poke some hay or something with the stick. Roll
me an investigation check.
That's so funny.
Why are we all so bad with children?
I got a nat 20, boys.
Nice.
That is a natural 20. That is a natural 20 plus 2. As you kind of
first one,
you set a pitchfork right into like some sawdust.
It was the broom handle.
The broom handle.
Shishka baby.
Yep.
Yeah, just stab some kids.
You get the broom handle into the sawdust, and you hear, "Ow! All right, no fair, come on!" And a young girl climbs her way out of the sawdust. This is this is a girl that, you know, she's maybe 10, 11 years old, you know, kind of pale skin, red hair that's like just kind of a mess of frizz that's now like all staticky because of the sawdust, right? That's just like everywhere. And she climbs out and she's like, "Are we in trouble?"
You will be if you don't go home very soon, darling.
All right. You're not going to tell my parents, are you?
No, because if your parents know the truth, then I get in trouble. So our secret Okay.
She like thinks about that for a solid like 15 seconds. She's like, this is like the dawning realization of leverage for her. Like,
Oh god.
And then she kind of looks at you and she says, all right, my name's Amira, by the way. I don't think we've met. Yeah, please don't tell my parents.
I won't. I tell you what, you are very good at hiding. I like this. That is a good talent. Would you like to be my little assistant?
Assistant? She kind of perks up at that and kind of cocks her
Honorary
head.
guard member. How does that sound to you?
Is that like spying?
It's exactly like spying.
She just stifles a squeal and just shoots like 3 feet into the air. And when she lands, she's like, yes.
Okay, shh. You have to. The important thing about spying is you have to be subtle and quiet.
Okay.
Right.
Subtle. That means hard to see, right? With my hair, I don't think I'm the most subtle, but she like tries to, and it just makes
be
it worse.
Invisible or anything. Just means not drawing attention to yourself. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, just
What am I
act
looking
normal,
for?
act normal. So I want you to look for anything strange or suspicious. You may have heard me say to Martin, there's some weird footprints, shifty people, strangers wearing sandals. I'm unsure of what this is, but have you noticed anything strange happening?
Why don't you you go ahead and roll me a luck check, and I'm actually going to ask you a bit of a weird question here. Did you pass the pig pen on your way in?
Can I say yes?
Yeah, you can tell me whatever you want. You don't know what that's going to mean.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, you did pass the pig pen on your way in. Can I get that luck check with disadvantage, please?
7. Oh, I got a 7 and 19. Fuck.
Fucking pig pen.
Fucking pig pen, right?
On a 7, she sort of clams up and she thinks about it for a second, and then you sort of see there was like almost a thought, right? And it was like you could see it kind of materialize and then just wisp, and she's just like, no, I don't think I've seen anything like that. But I'll keep my eyes open if I see anybody strange, especially wearing sandals. Oh, that explains why Mr. Von Winkleberry III was rounding up all the kids with sandals, huh?
Yeah, it does. Yes.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
Mr. Von Winkleberry III is kind of weird.
He is a little bit weird, isn't he? Yeah.
That's not a secret.
That's but yes.
Listen, kids, don't trust cops. Like, don't talk to the police. Don't ever.
I'm glad we could second episode, and that's what we're saying. I love it. Get it out early.
The police are basically an occupying army. You guys know what I'm saying? Don't talk to cops, kids.
You can trust Columbo.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is because I am a child.
He's from a TV show from the 70s. He's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And Harisa seems pretty trustworthy.
Just one more thing.
Yeah.
You come and find me the moment you see anything strange. Even you think I wouldn't care about you, tell me, okay?
Okay, I can do that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna go home now.
Like.
Okay, yeah, all right, bye. And she takes off, and you go out and follow. And we are going to cut over to June. June, what did you want to get up to in this time?
I'd like to run into the forest really quick since I mentioned some tea to Harisa. I wanted to run into the forest to grab some leaves off of a plant that I found that I've been using to make like a little bit of herbal tea. So I'm just going to do a little bit of foraging.
Go ahead and roll me a survival check, if you would be so kind.
Sure. That's a 7.
Yeah, okay. On a 7, I think it takes a while for you to find kind of what you're looking for, so much so that the sun actually begins to set as you're kind of out here. And you know these woods very well. I mean, you lived out here on your own for a while. This is not like a new space for you. You know that the doors will be kept open late for the Minehead boys. You aren't particularly afraid of danger in this moment, but it does get dark. And as the sun sort of fully kind of dissipates beyond the horizon, and the trees have that heady, humid aroma that they get at night, you start to hear little skitters across branches overhead.
I'm gonna look in the direction of the skittering noise.
You glance up and you see kind of hanging upside down from the underside of a branch, this pale white, nearly glowing gecko. And it kind of looks at you, kind of cranes its head around, looks at you, and kind of sticks its tongue out, pulls it back in. And then fully just disappears, just fades, goes from this brilliant, almost chalky white into a dingy brown, and then is not invisible, is gone.
And have I seen, like, during my time in, like, that I spent in the woods, am I familiar with this type of creature?
When you see this gecko kind of do this little acknowledgement and then disappearance, you realize that you have encountered this before, and it was years ago, before you had returned to Raleigh in your kind of extended time in the woods. And in the interim, I think there probably was a little bit of like, well, maybe I was seeing things, or maybe it was just camouflage, or a little bit of creeping doubt built up over years of people telling you that there's nothing strange or magical about this place. And I think for a moment you realize how justified you were in that assertion.
Okay. Yeah. She's gonna just kind of like take a second to just like settle in that, this like, I knew it, like kind of moment. And she'll pull out her notebook and kind of write all the details that she can about this gecko that she just saw.
Great. I think you do get a fair number of details down, and then take a moment, kind of commune with whatever it was they just saw. You have the tea in hand. Do you head back to Raleigh?
Yeah. I'll take my jog back. Hey, Harisa. How's it going?
Very good. Where have you been?
Oh, I had to grab some more of those leaves from one of the bushes I found in the forest that I make my specialty from. So I just had to collect some of those really quick.
I think Harisa sort of squints a little. So, you brew me that tea and we shall have a walk around, have a little chat.
All right. No, that sounds good. Can we go back to my place really quick and get some hot water and some mugs and walk around? Head back to my folks' place and I'll brew up the tea and hand Harisa a mug.
This is a lovely place you have here. This is very nice. I like the color scheme you have put. These curtains here, they're very nice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was, my mama, she's the one that really decorated the place. I've added a few things here and there, and there's probably like some paint swatches, just like random paint swatches on one of the walls, and just where she was like testing out to make sure it was vibrant enough for her signs. And she's just kind of look around and be like, yeah, it's home now.
Harisa, as you look around, you see a couple of things that kind of catch your immediate attention. One of which is that sort of all of the things like the drapes and so forth that you're kind of acknowledging tend to veer toward this very interesting kind of cobalt shade that mirrors some of the accents on June's kind of frequent outfits. So you think that may have been a bit of a through line with her mom. And you also notice that there is an empty paint can in addition to several sealed full ones. The empty paint can looks as if it has been used and kind of discarded hurriedly. There's a bit of orange paint dripping out of it, kind of onto the ground where it started to dry.
I see you chose orange for your billboards, huh?
You did not. Your billboards were being done in some other color. You could tell me.
Yeah.
That orange was not you. You've never seen this fucking paint can before in your life.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, it's not even yours.
No, it's not. And what about the other paint cans?
They're all yours. And they're all sealed. They're relatively clean. They're the paint cans that you use for painting your signs and, sort of the little bit of, kind of sloganeering and decorating that you've done. It's, I think it tends towards earth tones is how I've been kind of thinking about that, right? Like a lot of greens and browns, stuff that you can find relatively easy pigments for to supplement. This bright orange paint can seems like it fell off the back of an Imperial wagon and is not yours.
Yeah, that... Harisa, I don't know. That's not mine. And I'm going to look around, scan the house.
You could both give me investigation checks.
While June is investigating the surroundings, could I do like some kind of history check to see if I've seen that color anywhere else in town before?
Yeah, absolutely. If history's your strong suit here, that'll definitely work. I will also take perception. We can also do perception.
Perception is +5.
Cool.
And I rolled a 21.
Ooh, a 21 on your investigation.
I got 17
Wonderful.
In my perception.
17 clear. Yeah, these rolls are on fire. 17 clearly clocked. This is not something that you've seen before around here. This is not something that you could necessarily readily place.
Never seen that shade used in anything else.
Not really. No, it may have come from somewhere deep in the fucking warehouse, right? Like it might have come in with a shipment and just never gotten used. You're not sure. But it's not like a paint that you all would have cause to have just kind of lying around. And on a 21, I'm so glad you cleared a 20 for this one. On a 21, you're sort of looking around and you're kind of you do that sort of radial search where you're looking around this very, very quaint, very clean, kind of tidy living space. Aside from the kind of active dribs and drabs of working on your signage, there's not kind of a lot going on in this kitchen. Nothing that leads back to the paint can. So you wheel around and you push open your front door, and there on the ground in front of your front door are a set of 2 parallel rectangles in orange paint. One footprint that then vanishes. They don't lead. It's just one. It doesn't lead anywhere.
It's the sandal man.
What happened here is that this pair of sandals stepped in this paint, right? Like got paint on the bottom of the sandal, took one step, and then vanished.
What the hell? Who would do this to the front of my house?
Vandals. This is the worst kind of crime. Makes me sick.
Harisa, I'd like to report vandalism on my property.
Harisa gets out a little kind of like reporter's notebook and a little pen. Like, so obviously I realise it's the same as I've seen by the Boars.
Yeah.
So June, I don't want to alarm you, but this is what Guard was talking about. These footprints are things that we saw that agitated the boar this morning. it seems to be a similar pattern, just one step and then vanish, like they just fly into the air or disappear. It's very strange.
That's so bizarre. And they're nowhere else. You didn't see them anywhere else.
I have not yet. I mean, I have people on the case, important people. I have people, my spies are everywhere. Martin tried. I put him on some leave, but it's
We've replaced Martin with a literal child, and honestly,
100%.
fair.
Got people.
Honestly, fair.
she will do a much better job.
I'm sure.
Yes. But yes, it's strange because none of it is particularly vicious or malicious. It's just odd. I don't know what. It itches my brain. I don't like it. Gets me very upset. But we have Millstone to talk about, and Big Paul, which I want to talk to you about, my dear. This is a lesson that I need to teach you now, Juniper. I need to teach you something very important when it comes to men. I need to teach you how to lie and how to cheat. This is very important. You see. My intentions with Big Paul are not to get into his trousers, nothing like this. No, I pull this out to throw people off the scent. My intentions are to inebriate him so much with Scrumpy's vicious brew that he is incompetent the next morning.
Oh, that's...
See?
Harisa, that's amazing.
You see?
That is brilliant. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. How are we gonna do it? How are we gonna juice them
I'm
up?
going to need your help. When the Minehead boys get here, they like a drink, they like to party, they like to rustle tussle. Huh?
Yeah.
So, we get some of Scrumpy's brew, we dish it out, and I think Big Paul is the kind of man who will not say no to a challenge, huh? We say, I bet you couldn't drink 5 of these and still stand. You have strong arms, but I bet you do not have strong belly. And then we will see.
All right.
We will see what happens. Huh?
I like this. I like this a lot. You're speaking my language right now.
Yeah, you see.
All right.
So, it's all about appearances. What you say and what you think can be 2 very different things. This is a lesson you must learn when you grow. I see you are nearly a woman. You're very close to being a woman.
I mean, I'm 20.
Yeah, very close. Very close.
Okay.
Once you learn this lesson, you become a real woman. Trust me. Once you can fool another person.
It sounds like if I can specifically fool a man, I'll officially hit womanhood.
It's true. This is the mark of a true woman. I learned this from my grandmother. You can fool a man, you're a woman.
This is such a low bar in becoming a woman. How freaking easy it is to trick us.
It's pretty goddamn easy.
The real test, though, when you
pretty
become a
goddamn
master at
easy.
fooling men, is fooling another woman. But that'll be another lesson for another time.
All right.
That's advanced levels of fooling. Now, let's just go to Scrumpy and get some, what's it called? Scrasperella Saska Scrump. It's called something Scrumpus
I like to call it licorice drink.
Oh, that's good. That's easier to say. Licorice drink. All
Yes.
right. Let us go get the licorice drink.
Wonderful. And as you guys walk out toward Scrumpy's hut, you hear from down at the base of the hill the fanfare and drums of the approaching Minehead boys. And you hear Sherwood off in the distance. Isaac, my friend, I mean to have those bellows!
My friends, you have made it to the middle of the episode. Congratulations. This is the part where I thank all of the beautiful people who have made this happen. Why am I talking like Sherwood? Anyway, here we go. Obviously, a huge thanks to our players, Sam Oliver, Craig Pate, Cinderblock Sally, and Emily Graymore. You can see what we're all up to over at unbalancedencounters.com. I also wanted to thank Sayer Roberts, who composed our brilliant theme song. You can find links to his work over at unbalancedencounters.com as well. And lastly, I wanted to thank you. Listen, we know you probably have a podcast backlog a mile long, so we really appreciate you giving this a chance. If you like what you heard, it is actually legally required that you go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts to leave us a good review. Good reviews are the lifeblood of a new podcast, and if you don't leave us a good review, you're actually committing a felony. And lastly, we'd love to thank you for not breaking the law personally over in our Discord, where we regularly hang out with listeners and collaborators. You can find that over at discord.unbalancedencounters.com. All right, now that you have done your public service for the day, I will let you leave in peace. But I swear to God, if you enjoyed this episode and you don't leave a good review, I will find you. Okay, bye. So, what sort of reception are the Minehead boys getting?
Sure. I think Isaac, just in the franticness of, oh, this is all weighing on Riley continuing to go. But I don't want anyone else to panic. Isaac and Jenny would have the discussion of, let's make this a little bit more festive.
Benny? Isaac and Benny?
I'm sorry, yes. What did I say, Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny. Yeah,
I said
cool.
Benny.
Benny. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Benny, I never called you Jenny. What you talking about? I don't even know what Jenny.
Wonderful. So I think the idea is here basically that you are you might as well break out everything that you've got, because if you don't win this, then there's no rally to sort of continue.
Talking to Scrumpy, getting a few,
Yep. Wonderful. So I think that the whole sort of town kind of comes out for this, and they are just like, they're turning out in droves. The Minehead boys are out. Scrumpy is passing around the scrap spirilla that he's got. Benny is kind of brings out all of the kind of excess rations, and she's got like a side of sort of a side of boar. From a farm boar that, she's been saving for just such an occasion, brings everything out, kind of everything on the table, big, sort of bonfire pit, kind of pig on a spit situation. There's a little bit of fruit going around. Oz is bringing out, sort of all of these like interesting herbs.
I feel strangely very calm in this situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just some good herbs that calm you down. Normal, good planet Earth herbs. It's fine.
Yeah.
That boar looks delicious.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Exactly. And that's sort of the mood that everybody kind of finds themselves in. I think the Minehead boys are sort of leading a little bit of dancing. Some of the rally people kick in. I think that it is conspicuous to you, Isaac, that the Broadbeam family is not here.
Even Leah?
But for the most part, Leah's not here. But for the most part, people have turned out and seem to be, kind of enthusiastic about this. All the kids are out in their sandals, and Martin's like off the distance, just stressing about it. But it's a good time, and I think at some point Sherwood kind of finds you, Isaac, and kind of pulls you aside and says, "My friend, are you ready for the morning, huh?"
Of course, Sherwood. I wouldn't set up all this party and whatnot if I wasn't. Are you ready?
All right. Of course I'm ready.
Give me that millstone.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I might be walking away with that bellows, you see. I don't hear them working now, but I'm sure they're in... I trust, my friend, Isaac, my friend, I trust that they're in good working order and that this is a fair and equitable wager, no?
Oh, absolutely. I would
You understand the bond of trust between two men and their gambling, yes?
Would I set all this up if I didn't trust and or give trust?
Wonderful,
What did you just call me?
No.
What was that last part?
Gambling.
Yes.
Yes, you know what I'm trying to say. The word with the thing, and you win the put. Now listen, my friend. Who is your champion? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I have seen a lot of pathetic people since I've arrived here, and no one who could take on Big Paul.
Outrageous.
What people are you calling pathetic as like a kid runs by and just falls flat on their face?
Exactly.
All my people are top quality standard.
As you actually say that, the kid who falls over is Elmira, and she just face plants, hair frizzed out, and you Isaac clock her like scrutinizing Sherwood's feet to see whether or not he's wearing sandals.
Good girl. Good girl. I told.
And then she like pretends to look embarrassed and dusts herself off and runs away.
Let me just show you where's God.
Gert is hanging out with Harisa and June, not too terribly far away.
Oh, well, let me introduce you to everybody. This is Harisa, captain of our guards and sentries here at Raleigh.
Pleasure.
You've met Juniper already.
Howdy.
Our newly appointed guard under Harisa, and then we have God right here, our wonderful automaton God.
Ahoy, hoy.
Automaton, you say? Interesting. Pray, friends, what sort of a being are you?
I am guard.
You're a guard, you say?
He says that a lot.
Curious. I mean, I would do if I were him, no? Now, tell me, friend, by what divine providence do you come to this backwoods hellhole?
I was sent on behalf of the Imperial Armed Forces.
Imperials, eh? Interesting. Isaac, you never told me you had so much pull with the Imperials. Guard, it is unfortunate that you are not less autonomous, or else I would have been wagering for you. If you ever need a new job, you come and find me, eh?
I don't think so.
I never say never, friend. There might not be a rally tomorrow.
I imagine if there is no rally tomorrow, the Imperial Armed Forces will send me elsewhere.
That is a good point. Your man does what he is told, does he not, Isaac?
Sometimes it's to the detriment of the mission.
Guard, we need to keep the advantage and maybe not say so much about our mission, huh?
All I mean is that you told me I was not allowed to remove any of the limbs of their champion.
Oh, my friend. Oh, my friend, you seem like a sturdy fellow. You seem a worthy challenger, no doubt, but I do not think you're going to be removing the limbs of, I should... Big Paul! And he yells, and, you see a big hand just, like, wedge its way into the crowd and slide 4 people over, just, like, simultaneously.
God, he's so greasy. What is he lathered up in? What is that?
And Big Paul sort of stumbles in, just stone, silent. Sherwood kind of gives him, like, a weird sort of quizzical look, and he turns to Guard and says, Guard, Big Paul, this is Guard. He is an automaton of sorts from the Empire, from the Imperial Armed Forces, he tells me. This is going to be an interesting match, no?
I am told we are going to pretend to fight.
He reaches out his hand and says, well, I'd rather hope that it wouldn't be a pretend fight.
Oh no, he's hot.
Guard looks to Harisa and then to Isaac to be like, does this mean the rules that you told me I have to follow don't apply? Like,
Isaac's fanning himself.
I'm getting mixed messages. Pleasure to meet you. And I'll shake his hand.
Yeah. That's quite a grip you've got there, friend. I do hope that you are, versed in the rules of wrestling.
I am not.
Interesting.
All I know is that I
Sherwood.
am not allowed to remove any of your limbs, and that I'm not allowed to use my axe.
Oh, well, that one is absolutely... Yes, no, there are no weapons allowed in wrestling. It is a test of strength, my friend. It is something that we are meeting each other as equal challengers in. Something that we would like to hopefully both survive. Oh?
That seems to be part of the rules, as I understand them, yes.
Yes, well, it is one of very few rules, fortunately enough. So, as long as you arrive unarmed, I think you can certainly give it your all, my friend. I don't suspect that you're going to be able to, well, delimb me of your own manual accord.
Nor I, because it is against the rules.
Sherwood, is it against the rules to rip someone limb from limb? And Sherwood kind of looks at him and goes, I mean, I suppose if you can do it, you're welcome to, but I've never seen a fight in which... Well, there was that one time down south. Honestly, I can't be sure. I might have been very high at the time. It doesn't matter. What matters is this. I am of the opinion that the only rule should be no weaponry, no ring out. If we can agree upon this, then the rest of it is just trying to knock the other person unconscious, no?
Sounds good. God, go crazy.
Right now?
No.
Oh, no, my friend, no. Tomorrow, preferably. Tonight is for revelry. We should make merry and enjoy ourselves.
Good idea. I like this idea.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Paul.
I believe you are Big Paul. Why did they call you that? It's a strange nickname.
Yes, you see, my name is my full name is Romanasta Paulus III, and they've nicknamed me Big Paul simply because I do come from a rather tall family, and you can see, and he sort of looks down at Sherwood, who's like 5'2", and he's just like, well, you can see, from their perspective, it's a rather stark difference. You understand?
I suppose I could see that. Yeah. Now, I have a little challenge for you, Big Paul.
Oh, interesting. Go on.
I'm curious if your strength in muscles also applies to strength in... She looks down and then back up at him.
Oh my god.
This is pandering at this point, frankly. This is absolute fan service is what this is. Welcome to Unbalanced Encounters, the most shameless D&D podcast.
If it matches your strength in stomach, huh?
Now look at y'all. Now look at all y'all. Now look at you. Now look at you. All of you. I got you, Emily.
Thank
Look
you.
at y'all.
Thank you.
Heathens.
God, I think you need to roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation, dang.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a nat 1. -1.
Yeah.
So in fact a 0.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's a filthy 0. That's a filthy 0. I think that Big Paul looks at you and says, what interesting turn of phrase. Alas, I'm afraid that I make it a habit to not touch liquor. It does cloud the mind so.
I don't drink either.
An automaton after my own heart, no doubt.
Well, that makes 2 of y'all. On the other hand, I'm gonna go get blasted. And Isaac walked. Matter of fact, Sherwood, let's both get some drink.
Yeah.
Can I join you, Isaac?
Nope, you're on duty. And
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
aren't you supposed to be checking on some sandals and some boars? Matter of fact, Sherwood, what you wearing? And he looks down at Sherwood.
Sherwood just gives you the weirdest fucking look. He's wearing thigh-high lace-up boots.
Nice.
thigh high,
Those are
thank you.
fancy.
Yeah. And he just kind of gives you this weird look, and he's just like, my friend, you have the strangest proclivities of anyone I've ever met.
It's just something about my boys getting spooked by people in sandals. Just checking in.
I've heard of this. The big boar spooked by sandals bit. It's a classic chestnut. Yes, my friend.
You know, that's what I was thinking. You know, why don't we just drink and talk about this?
You guys just wander off and have a conversation about fuck all nothing. Harisa, your initial line of egress seems to have been a little foiled here. What are you going to do?
I think instead, if drinking is not your thing, perhaps eating. Huh? Eating contest, float your boat.
He gives you like a look, and honestly, I think you hear his stomach growl, and he blushes a little bit. He looks a little embarrassed, and he says, "Well, it does get a bit tiresome trying to live on the rations of a man half your size. I could certainly put away a meal in a sort of a refined way to the best of my ability. I think I could rise to such an occasion."
Bring the hog!
What are you hoping happens here when you bellow "bring the hog"?
I want people to bring me a hog is what I want. Well, the spit, the thing on a spit.
Yeah,
I want
sure.
that whole thing in front of me. Cool.
Put the hog down. What you doing?
Martin is just like,
Thank you.
I think Martin and Guard legitimately go and bring you the pig, as like everyone else is like, what the fuck? But yeah, you get the pig over to your sort of corner of this field.
I bet you. Let me jingle some gold coins in my purse. All of the gold on my waist, that you cannot eat the entire pig.
Interesting. I am not opposed to such a wager, provided that it is on friendly terms, and we understand that, well, this is going to be a losing proposition for you. Why don't you go ahead and... I actually want to know, even before I have you roll anything, like, what are you hoping happens here? That he just eats himself into a coma, or do you have another plan?
My plan.
Yeah.
Table talk now.
Yes.
Is if I get him eating this pig, all right, I'm going to get June to get me some diuretic herbs from Mars. And then I'm going to, like, tamper the food somehow, or like shoot it in.
Okay. You are the keeper of the time. I will trust you to begin our hour. When you say the word, I will begin our challenge.
All right. I feel like I need some other adjudicators as well, just to make sure everything is okay. You're not, hiding meat under your clothes.
He is fully shirtless, right? In like just fully shirtless,
just
lathered in oil.
He's got on like leather breeches, just leather breeches and nothing, like skin tight leather breeches and nothing else, right? Like he could not hide a grain of rice on his person and not have you see it.
I think time starts now.
He's just bewildered and then tucks into this thing. And he like it's weird. It's like a systematic dismantling. Like this man like butchers this thing with like a knife, kind of like a big like Bowie knife style. It's just like pulling off like quadrants of meat and carving them down into like easily, like he's not tearing at it like a wild dog. He's breaking this thing down. And he's putting it the fuck away. You wager that he could theoretically make this happen. So you definitely don't have all the time in the world to do what you need to do.
Okay, all right.
What are you gonna do?
Where's June?
I'm right here.
Next to you.
June. Okay. June. Yes. I need you to go to Oz, and I need you to get the strongest laxative that they have. It needs to be very, very potent, but also very small, but strong. It needs to be very, very strong. Now go quick.
What? Harisa?
Go.
Are-
Shoot.
It's okay. I'm gonna go look for Oz.
Oz says, "Oh, June, sweetie, honey, what? Oh, well,
Hi. Hey. Oz.
yeah. What is it?
Oz,
June, sweetie, what do you need? What do you need?"
Did you bring your arsenal of herbal goods?
They sort of look at you and I mean, June, I've got my normal sort of stuff on me. What do you need?
All right. Do you remember when I spent that time in the woods and I came back and I was like pretty irregular and I talked to you about it and you gave me that stuff, that small little pill to take?
Yeah. It's a couple of things. It's got some wormwood in it. It's got a little bit of licorice fruit in it.
Right. It's great. Cleared me right out. Can I get a little bit of that?
June, is now really the time? I mean,
Yes, right. Do you know what, Oz, I love you. Please, I'm begging you.
Roll me a persuasion
I
check.
need a 17.
All right, on a 17,
Nice.
yeah, Oz is like, June, all right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give this to you, and then you're going to come in and see me because we need to have a conversation about the urgency with which you need this, apparently.
I know. I just, sometimes these things do happen. And
Just as you're running away.
yeah. Thank you, Oz. Thank you.
Ask your doctor about random herbal medications for bowel regularity.
Meanwhile, Isaac's just hyping up this feast and this dinner to Sherwood. Like, yeah. Oh man, let me tell you something. Benny's the way that they cook up this pork, it just melts clear off the bone. And it feeds about this whole community. One boar can probably feed about half of it. So once she's done, I don't know why they ran off with it like that, but once she's done cooking it, Sherwood, you're gonna be amazed at how delicious this is.
I am looking forward to this bar, my friend. I mean, you have been spending quite a number. We're going on now 5 solid minutes of you telling me how much this boar is good to eat.
Hours. She goes at it for hours, just cooking, slow cooking it. No.
As long as you can feed me and my men, I believe that it is going to be worth it, my friend. You don't have to convince me of the culinary prowess of a woman with a pit of fire. I believe you. It's going to be wonderful.
Just saying. And by the way, the Big Paul, does he not have hair? Why he's just hairless?
It's a curious condition. It's a curious condition, but yes, it's true. He has no hair. He does no eyebrows. It is really stark. But I'll tell you what. The man, he's intelligent. He's articulate. He's a good miner. Truly, to send him into like a band of bandits as they're trying to raid your village, they just run away. They think he's some kind of ghost. It's ridiculous.
If not a ghost god, I mean, is he supposed to glisten like that? Are those just his oils? Or do you
Smash cut.
You have
Smash cut. Smash cut back to Guard and Harisa watching this man like get a quarter of the way through this whole boar, and just like just full like Frasier mode, just like calm carving this thing, like no selling this entire experience, as June like nearly trips over herself to arrive with these laxatives.
Harisa, okay. Harisa, are you okay? Are you sure you want to take this? Because last time I had one of these, it was scary.
June, it's not for me. We want to try and put it in the boar.
How are you going to put it in the boar? Oh my
this,
God.
We will need you to help me distract and amaze while I slip it in.
How am I supposed to do? Okay.
You're very good at amazing people. Remember that. You are amazing, June. You are amazing. Now go out there and shine like the star that you are.
Okay. Hey, guard, you want to help me with this?
How would you like me to help?
Can you just come stand over here for a minute?
I can stand anywhere you need me to stand.
Okay, and she's gonna grab Guard's hand and kind of pull him over towards the boar where the chowin is going down. while you're eating, we just thought that maybe we could provide some entertainment to you.
I'm like winking, like in the back.
June, I feel like I don't understand half of the words that just came out of your mouth. What am I doing? Entertaining? How do I look entertaining?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to do some acrobatics. Cirque du Soleil, if it was in the woods.
That sounds amazing. I need you to give me we're going to do this. I've never done a group check for only 2 people. We're going to do a group acrobatics check. Actually, I'll let you do the better of acrobatics or performance. Whichever is higher for you. We're going to do a group check. You both need to make the same check, so you tell me which one you're going to make. And we're going to say that this is a DC. We'll say on a 15 or higher, you're going to give Harisa advantage on whatever she does next. We'll say on a 20 or higher, Harisa, your DC is going to drop by 5.
Oh, dang. Nice.
Okay, so we have to make the same either.
You have to make the same check. So you guys tell me whether or not you want to do acrobatics or performance. Yeah.
How Cinder?
Acrobatics.
Yeah, mine's a +4. Let's do acrobatics.
Mine is less, but more than performance.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I will do a somersault.
Oh no.
Well, that's a 6.
That was a
20.
6.
And that's a dirty 20. That on a group check that hits a DC 20. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right.
Behold my somersault.
Guard, what does this look like? What does this look like?
Do you remember when we were young, before the age of the internet, and there were those little wind-up toys?
Yeah.
And you would squeeze it of like a little dog, and you'd put it
Not
down.
the flipping puppies.
And it would flip. It's like that. Guard, I sit on the ground, crisscross applesauce. I put my arms down, and I sort of lean forward, and then I launch myself into the air just with my arms, doing a flip, and then landing back, crisscross applesauce. And I do that like 6 times.
Even Harisa is like, what the fuck?
That
Yeah.
toy
Oh my
used to
gosh,
scare the
amazing.
shit out of my kid. He hated when it popped. He hated that. And we used to we were tortured.
I think that's June's reaction to it. Since I got a 6, she just kind of like ah! I've never seen guards so quick, so fast.
I think, June, because you've got a +4 here, right? A +4? Mm-hmm. You sort of live in this space. This is you're a monk, right? Like acrobatics is kind of your wheelhouse. I think that guard sits and you go to spring off of, like, do a handspring off of guards, like hands or head, something, basically using guard as a platform. And at the apex of your flip, guard does the first bounce, just fully sending you off into like,
Oh, no.
I legitimately, I think you like land like in the dirt a few dozen yards away. As guard lands and then flips again and then lands and then flips again, and by the time that you're back, guard is like landed. And the whole time you're just, what the fuck? In that time, Harisa, you have approximately 6 seconds to act. What do you do?
Okay, I'm going to do some sleight of hand to try and get this bad boy laxatized.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me. Again, this was going to be a DC 20. This was going to be a DC 25 to go unnoticed. It is now a DC 20. You do have advantage.
Jesus Christ. I'm scared.
Pressure. Did everybody else see this, DM?
Yeah, everybody else is thoroughly distracted. Okay, on a 16 is darn good, right? A 16 is a darn good roll. I think that you go in to like tuck something into the boar, and Big Paul says, "Oh, this is quite a lot. No cheating, though. I have to do this all myself. Back off you go. You can't help me." As he continues to sort of devour this boar, you do see him fully. The min here was at 15 to make sure that it even got in there, right? Like you do see him fully, kind of take a bite, and then he pauses. He pushes through a little more, and he gets a little more queasy. And then he pushes through a little more, and then Big Paul stands up. Oh, excuse me, and then runs off into the night.
Sherwood, I don't know where the hell this boy. Oh, man, what the hell?
It's about a third gone.
Where's half the kids been crying? They've been saying, "Where's the food?"
We were keeping it warm. It's fine.
Warm? Half of it's gone.
Had some hungry men over here. Okay, it's fine. The rest is fine. And I kind of give like June a little high five. Give Guard a high five.
Harisa, does this mean I'm a woman now?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
What, June? What are you talking? A woman?
We did somersaults.
Isaac, we will talk later.
Did you see that really cool trick that Guard did? That's amazing.
It was very
I saw
cool.
you fly across the
Oh,
way.
I went real far.
Real far.
We should do that again, Guard, but near some water.
And I think with that, we can wind down for this particular evening. Is there anything that you all want to get up to overnight?
I think I'm gonna also take my new role as like a protector very seriously, and like be kind of looking at people's feet as they're going by, remembering the sandals, trying to see if there's any prints, but also just kind of keeping an eye.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a quick investigation check, and then we're going to jump over to Isaac and Guard.
18.
On an 18, as you are kind of doing your final pass of the last few people who were assembled, I imagine June is probably not the last one awake, right? Like I imagine there are probably still a fair number of people who are kind of out and doing things while you're ready to head home. As you pass this, kind of last crowd of people, you do a double take and think that you see a pair of those woodblock sandals, and you stop and you turn, and they're gone.
Do I know anybody that wears wood block sandals?
Nope. They are not like a practical footwear choice in this fairly industrial community.
Huh.
OSHA would be having fucking none of it, frankly.
I think before she goes to bed after that, she's gonna say goodnight to Isaac and Guard, and as she like kind of pats Guard on the back, she's gonna put like a little note like on his back that says I fight for the trees. And
Amazing.
And she's gonna head
Oh
to her
boy. Wonderful.
Oh, before that, if Isaac sees, does Isaac see her?
Yeah, you see June leave.
Joan. He is
Hi.
plastered.
I see
And I'll
it.
tell you what. I tell you what. If you and I can come up with some type of way to keep Rally going without needing to destroy the forest, then I'll be right there with you. But until then, we gotta get this millstone so we can keep things going. How about that?
And she's gonna put a hand on Isaac's shoulder and all right.
All right, deal? Yeah?
Deal.
Yeah.
Deal.
That's awesome. And he just hugs you again and just spins you around. See, everything gonna be fine. Everything gonna be fine. I promise.
Everything's gonna be fine.
You remind me of your mama with that, just making sure everything's, she's quick as a whip. She's smart.
Yeah,
a lot
she
smarter than me.
was.
A lot smarter than Dad, too.
Isaac, I need you to roll me the most retroactive perception check of your life.
That's an 8.
Okay. When you bring up Katarin, there is something nagging at the back of your mind that feels a little bit like you've seen her recently, and you just can't place it for the life of you.
And do you know what, Isaac? I think you should be happy with what you're doing.
Guard, you are left as the last standing person conscious this evening. What does your night look like? Are you posting up somewhere still? Are you doing another patrol?
I'm going to do 2 things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the Minehead fellow that I will be fighting, Big Paul.
You don't find him. You do hear some unpleasant noises coming from the latrine that sound like they might be him.
I will approach.
No.
Okay.
What rating? What's the highest rating?
Yeah,
for a
right.
podcast?
Do we want to explore going beyond the sensitive content rating on Apple Podcasts? Because I think that's where we're headed right about now. That seems to be the situation. But what would you be saying to Big Paul sort of through this latrine door?
Big Paul. I have been thinking about it. In nature, when animals fight, they do not fight with rules. The only animals that fight with rules are animals that are playing. Tomorrow, I think it will be interesting to play with you. And then I will leave. And then I will go take up my sentry's rest.
As you start to leave, you hear,
Guard is picking up 0 of the social cues of that is a weird moment to be sharing.
Guard thinks he took it very well. Yeah, he took it very well. I think you're getting to him, Guard.
And then I'll do a patrol of my standard evening patrol, and then I will take my sentry's rest at the front gate.
The next morning, everyone rises and gathers at their designated time in front of the general store. The crowds are dense and heated and excited. There's an electricity as everyone prepares to watch the wrestling match for the fate of Rally. Leah has shown herself and walks out and says, "Morning, y'all. Y'all ready to get started?" And everybody erupts into applause. In this corner, the Dan Hero Rally, weighing in at roughly 2.5 tons of pure ceramic force, Guard! And she holds up Guard's long arm to the best of her dwarven ability, and everyone loses their minds. You can hear the Minehead boys, boo! And then Guard, as you take your corner, she walks over to Big Paul, who is sunken and just pale as all death. And in this corner, weighing in at 535 pounds,
Jesus.
give or take,
Not anymore.
Big Paul! Oh! And he, like, stands up. He's looking real fucking shaky, but the Minehead boys just lose their minds. All right, here are the rules as have been decided by our leaders. And she proceeds to tell you all the rules, which I will now explain the mechanics of. The way this is going to work is that, as I said, each fight is going to be best 2 out of 3 contested rounds. The way that each round works is that it is a straight contested athletics check. The higher number wins. Big Paul will be rolling these with disadvantage, given his last night's predicament and lack of sleep. The loser of that athletics check needs to beat a con save, DC 10 plus the difference, or is knocked out for the fight. They automatically lose all 3 rounds. The winner can make a performance check equal to that same DC to get the crowd on their side and get advantage on their next roll.
Ooh.
Can I use class features?
Abso-fucking-lutely, yes. You can kill him if you want. You just might not win the game.
I don't want... No. It'd be fun, but it's...
You can absolutely use class
Guard's
features.
Not a madman.
This man had the worst night ever. Please don't.
And we are in the ring. Guard, you walk up, kind of give a little salute to Big Paul, who shakily returns it. Oh, may the better champion win, my friend. Oh.
I am glad to be playing with you. I have not played before.
Well, let's hope that it won't be the last time, eh? And he takes a step back and lunges. Guard, would you please roll me athletics?
I will. Before I roll athletics, all of the runes that are on my shoulders and my arms and hands start to glow with this sort of like greenish white hue. And for anyone that can see Guard's face, Guard's face is just this like it's almost like a dramaturge mask that's just emotionless, just with big empty eyes. A light is going to emerge from behind the mask, almost like somebody's holding like a spotlight shining through it, as I will activate my rage. And for anyone with a keen eye, the sticker that June has placed upon my back does not fall off or anything, but the writing on it also starts to glow.
Yep.
Cool.
Fight for the truth.
And I will roll with my athletics check.
Wonderful. You have to beat an 8 on this athletics.
21.
Yeah, okay. Holy shit. This could be over right away. Big Paul needs to make a DC 13 con save. He gets a +3 to this roll. He needs a 10 on the die. Let's see what it is. It's a 14. He does save. But what does this look like? 21 versus an 8. How are you putting him on the ground?
I pretend I am going to punch him in the face, and then quicker than you would expect a giant golem to be able to move, I shall step to the side, and with the full force of my body, I shall do a liver shot to his side and try to just take him down.
You do that, and he so fully crumples over your arm that he actually forward flips over the long lever and is just splayed out on the ground. And Lee goes, round 1, to guard. Back to your corners, back to your corners.
That was quicker than I expected.
Ooh, damn.
Guard, you can make a DC 13 performance check to win over the crowd.
11.
Okay. On an 11, you see the rally folks are like, yes, good showing, get in there. They are excited. They are happy that you are showing up for them. The Minehead boys feel like that was a dirty trick, and they are not won over. And so you are going to be rolling flat. Big Paul gets up to his feet. Minehead boys kind of help him up, dusts himself off.
Oh, I seem to be feeling a little off today, my friend. Apologies if I'm not in peak form, but I think I should be able to handle myself now. And he lunges at you again.
Is my rage still active?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this counts as damage. If you win the round, we're gonna keep your rage going.
So glow is still on.
Okay. You need to beat a 10.
14.
All right. That disadvantage is coming in clutch because he's rolled 2 18s, one each round.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then the rerolls are trash. That's going to be you rolled a 14 against a 10. So he needs to make a DC 4 con save. He has to roll a 2. Yeah, he gets it. So he's down again. You grab him, and I think he gets you into a clinch this time. This is a much closer hit. And I think that he actually gets like a leg up around yours, but they're so short compared to your body like size. Your center of gravity is so low that as he tries to get your legs out from under you, his footing goes and you just flip him back onto his back. Winner round 2. 2 out of 3 goes to guard. That is the first fight to guard.
Does Isaac notice Big Paul looks a little like different from when he first saw him?
Roll me an insight check.
12.
You rolled a 12 insight? Something's up. This is not the man you expected to enter that fight. And on that note, yeah. Sherwood looks at you and says, Isaac, my friend, where was Big Paul last night?
Big Paul, wasn't he with all of us? He walked up, we introduced ourselves to one another, and then me and you went and got drinks.
I understand that, my friend. And then when I went to look for him in the evening, he was not there. I figured he must have bunked down with one of yours.
Strange. I mean, he's a grown man. I'm not gonna say he shouldn't, have a good time, but maybe he had too much of a good time.
Harisa, I need you to roll me a deception check, please.
Shit. An 8.
I don't know if that's persuasion, but Isaac legit doesn't know what's going on with that.
Go ahead and re-roll Harisa, please. You get another shot at deception.
Deception. Oh, God. Okay, 14. It's a bit better.
Okay. On a 14, Sherwood shoots you a look, but then also shoots a bunch of other people a look as he kind of eyes over the rally folks. And by this point, Big Paul is kind of back on his feet. He's been, kind of given some water and sort of drenched off a little bit. And Leah says, all right, it's time for the next fight. This could all be over real quick, friends. Guard, how you feeling? You ready to go?
I am always ready to go.
Big Paul, how you doing?
Well, ma'am, I've been better.
We can do this.
Do you need a moment?
I'm fine. And he squares off against you, this time waiting for you to make the first move.
I shall step forward and attempt to, wrestling style, lift him off his feet and slam him down with a traditional wrestling shot.
I like that. What'd you roll?
Body slam.
A 19.
Ooh. A 19 ties.
Cool.
All right. You two you try to just full slam him. He grabs on you and it's just like, not today, friend. Oh no, not today. And it's just held to you for long enough that Leah eventually has to get in and break you up. Let's go ahead and roll again.
Glad you're feeling better. That's a natural 20.
Oh, fuck! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Holy shit! So, on a dirty 20 versus a natural 20, obviously a 25, he rushes in, grabs you, flips you, you put one arm down onto the ground, grab him by, his throat, and just boom! Put him into the ground. Full somersault.
As I'm holding him down, I'm gonna just with one arm just pick him back up and put him on his feet, kind of, but not aggressively, and say, "Did you mean that when you called me friend?"
I don't see why not. You are my brother after all. I've been friends with you since Mama brought you home.
I am confused, but I believe I am victorious.
So he makes that con save. He's still up. You can make a DC 15 performance check to get advantage on your next roll. However, first round was a tie. So we have one more round to go.
That's a 5, not a performer.
Okay. Yeah, you still, the crowd, actually the crowd thought that was like insane, so much so that they're actually a little afraid right now. That was probably the most aggressive any of them have seen Guard under any circumstances, really. And I think you see some of the older people amongst the rally set are just like, oh shit. What the hell did the Empire send us? You see Big Paul kind of go off to his corner, gets shaken up again. And Sherwood kind of leans in and says, Isaac, I do not know that I like the timbre of this fight. Something seems amiss with Big Paul.
He's been stumbling a bit. I mean, before God slammed him into the ground like a rag doll.
Yes, that was a bit of a showboating maneuver, huh?
From somebody who usually doesn't even know what a show or a boat is. That was stunning from God.
I am not having a good time with this, my friend. I can tell you that true.
We cut back to the fight. Big Paul is limbered up. He's limbered up. He's kind of rolling his neck around. He goes, all right. I think it's time that we end this, my friend. And he's going to rush in.
Wow. 23.
Yeah. 24.
Oh, buddy.
This one isn't even a clinch. This one is just, he goes in high. You expect him to go high. He tucks low exactly like you did in the first round. You are just a split second too slow, and he slams you down onto the ground. You have to make a DC 11 Constitution saving throw.
That is a 20.
Yeah, you're fine. He's trying to get the crowd on his side, though, with the DC 11 performance check. 17 on the die. So he's going to have advantage on his next roll. You see the crowd just turn, and Sherwood is like, now, see, this is more like it. This is the fight that I came here to have, my friend.
It's about time he woke up.
All right, Guard, we are back up. You are now out of rage for having lost a round. Would you like to go back into another rage?
I'm going to save it for later in case I need it.
Okay. You guys come out swinging. Ooh, thank God for that advantage. Good Lord, that was a nat 1. Okay.
Woof.
17.
Beats a 15. So you win this round. He's going to make his con save. That's a nat 1 on the con save.
The crowd gasps.
Can I describe what I was planning on having to do it? I hate that I'm doing this, but it's what Guard would do. Because I just hate to have to win. I'm going to go in like I'm going to take a shot, like another like wrestling shot. Yeah. But instead of taking a shot, I'm going to punch him in the kneecap as hard as I can and try to break his leg.
Oh. There it is. There it is.
Oh.
There it is. There it is. Oh my God. As you hit him in the kneecap, you feel that the first hit it's not like you cause like a bone shatter or anything, right? Like that might be what you're going for, but this man is just too sturdily built to pull that off. But you are a machine and you are here to do a job, and you keep driving through and you feel the joint and you feel his leg pop out of place and he goes limp and crumples to the ground and is just there in stunned silence as the crowd gasps into nothing.
Did Isaac see like the
Everybody
maneuver?
saw. Everybody saw.
Whoa.
God, and he's gonna run out.
It was fun playing with you, friend.
A number of things happen simultaneously. The first thing that happens is you all hear from the crowd, that's gotta be an illegal maneuver. There's no way that's allowed. Guard, you whip around. Harisa, you whip around. And you see in the crowd the ancient crimson robes of a wandering monk. And both of you are clever enough to know what you're looking for. You glance down, boom, there are the sandals, flash, and then it's gone. From off in the distance, you hear the boar break through the pen and rush into the field. The Minehead boys rise to their feet and say, yeah, what the hell was that? That couldn't have been legal. Get him, boys!
And I need everyone to roll me initiative.
That's good.